So we were just looking at icing, now we're gonna look at fondant. Now what is fondant? Fondant is a sugar-based dough. It's very similar to Play-Doh. That can be used to make things like fun decorations, or you can roll it out really thin and cover your whole cake with it, giving it a flat, smooth finish. Next, we're gonna get into how to make that. We've got some ingredients here. Otherwise, you can buy it in the store. So we're gonna start with our ingredients. You need 1 bag of marshmallows, 1 bag of powdered sugar, and 2 tablespoons of water. So to start, you're gonna need a microwavable bowl. You're gonna take your full bag of marshmallows, put it in your bowl, maybe have a little snack, and your 2 tablespoons of water, and you're gonna bring this to the microwave. Next, we're gonna microwave our marshmallows. So we wanna microwave these in short bursts. So we only want 30 seconds at a time. We're gonna let it microwave for 30 seconds, and then we're gonna mix. Now, even if your marshmallows haven't started melting very much, it's important to mix at every stage. Give these a mix, and we're gonna microwave again. Now we're going to mix again. We're going to keep repeating this process until this is smooth. Once your marshmallows start to melt more, you're gonna wanna do less than 30 seconds. Now I'm gonna do 20. Keep mixing. We don't want to see any lumps of marshmallow. So we're so close, but not quite melted. Now I'm only going to do about 5 more seconds. So now we have a smooth, melted marshmallow. We're going to go back to our table and back to our powdered sugar. Now that we have our melted marshmallows, we're going to open up our bag of powdered sugar, and we're going to put in about 3/4 of this bag. Once that's in there, you're going to give this a mix. Now that our fondant is coming together, we are going to take the rest of our powdered sugar and we are going to put it on our surface. Now, fondant is very messy, so I have a mat. You can also put something down, but fondant is also very sticky. So if you put anything like plastic or parchment down, it's gonna just stick to that. So make sure you clean your countertops before you make fondant. I'm gonna dump all of my powdered sugar out. I'm gonna dump my fondant on top. Make sure to scrape anything out of that bowl, any extra marshmallow or sugar. And then I'm gonna use my hands for the rest of this. I'm gonna scrape any of that off that spatula. And this is where it gets really messy. I'm gonna knead my fondant. I'm gonna keep on mixing this powdered sugar in and just keep kneading. And it takes a lot of arm muscle. Once it's no longer sticky and it's a dough, Any extra powdered sugar can be pushed off to the side. You can scrape up any of this marshmallow if you have any on the table. And now you're just going to keep kneading it. You want this to be a very smooth surface. You don't want any wet spots or dry spots. You just want it to be one dough. And you can see how it's just like Play-Doh. The more I work this, the more it's starting to stick to my hands. And you know that means it needs a little more powdered sugar. I'm just gonna keep going. Now that we have it in a nice ball, it's not sticky. Now we know our fondant is done. Next, we're gonna put together everything we've learned. I'm gonna show you a little bit more on fondant.